ex-wife, actually, she was a model in New York, and like she was really good friends with Kim Porter, who was Diddy's wife. The one who died at 47 from pneumonia, and it was like,
that's what they
when
said.
that happened, she called me, and this was a couple of years ago now, maybe not even. A couple of years ago, and she called me like, something's up with that. I go, what do you mean? She's like, oh, dude, Kim used to tell me like it was a bad, like there's a lot of weird shit that I didn't even know. That like, but they were like, you know, they'd do photo shoots together or whatever. They were sort of friendly. Like they'd hang out. Like we'd see them out downtown, and like I'd hang out with her. Not so much with I think it was already sort of over there, but like she was really afraid of him, and it
really,
like this goes back years. And
it's Kim's story. Cassie book is Kim's book. Bruh, when y'all look at this thing and saying force, y'all think this that he probably threatened to beat her, threatened to do something like that. That ain't what force is. It could come from the mentality. Yo, he put her in a certain position, in a certain situation, in a certain time in her life. You understand what I'm saying? That she saw no way out other than doing what he told her to do. He had mentally controlled her.
Y'all, this story just went from messy to downright disturbing. Diddy's intimidation tactics toward the women in his life, woof, we thought we'd heard it all, but nope. According to Whispers on the Street, Kimora Lee might be sitting on the final piece of the puzzle, an alleged recorded phone call with none other than Kim Porter herself. And if that's real, oh honey, we might finally know what really went down back in 2018 when Kim died so suddenly. Now that the skeletons are falling out of Diddy's walk-in closet, Kim's friends and family are done staying silent. They want the whole case reopened. They're begging the feds, pleading to loop this into their ongoing investigation against Diddy, just like they did when Cassie came forward with her nightmare testimony, because what we thought was a tragic loss might have actually been a silenced voice.
And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
Back when Kim passed away, Kimora Lee was devastated. These two were tight, like real sisterhood, not Hollywood fake friends. Kimora didn't buy the official story. She always said there was more going on than just pneumonia. When the news broke, Kimora thought it was a sick prank. She literally jumped on her phone, hoping it was some twisted rumor. But it wasn't. And the pain, you could see it all over her face. Her Instagram filled with heartbreak. She posted a tribute so raw, saying, "To my beautiful friend and sister, I love you. This is unbelievable. When I first heard the news, I was angry that someone would play such a stupid joke. They said you were in your room sleeping. I rushed to your house to tell you to get up and come outside. But as soon as I arrived, I realized you would not come. Let that sink in." She couldn't process it. Every room she entered, she still looked for Kim. She couldn't accept that her ride or die was gone, and on Kim's death anniversary in 2022, Kimora said she was still looking up to her. She promised to hold it down, and best believe she meant it, especially for Kim's twins, Jesse and Delilah. Kimora's been trying to protect them since their mama left this world. Because let's be real, nothing about Kim's death made sense. Nothing.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia.
Let's talk about what happened in the days before Kim passed. According to her own family, Kim was desperately trying to reach her primary doctor, but weirdly, she couldn't get a hold of him. The man never called back, never answered her calls. She told Diddy about it, and guess what he did? He sent her to another doctor. Sounds helpful? Think again. Because when Kim's friends called that new doctor asking why he wasn't picking up either, he was shocked. He said he didn't even know Kim was sick. Excuse me. On top of that, Kim texted one of her celeb friends the night before she died and said, "He got me." What does that mean? And here's the kicker. She hinted that she may have been poisoned. If you aren't already shaking, hold on. When Diddy showed up to Kim's house after her death, was he broken? Was he crying? No. He was focused on one thing, snatching up her phone and laptop. He reportedly would not stop until he had her tech in his hands. Who does that after their partner of over 2 decades, the mother of their kids, dies? Everyone was suspicious, but Kimora Lee, oh, she was watching everything. Everything. She had seen things over the years, things that no one else knew about. She knew how Diddy operated. She saw the controlling behavior. She heard the rumors. And now it's all finally out there. Cassie's testimony, y'all, it was just the beginning. She spilled how Diddy would physically abuse her and then literally pay off the staff to shut up and pretend it didn't happen. And that wasn't the worst of it. Cassie's mother even came forward and she claimed that when Cassie tried to leave Diddy, this man called the family and demanded they pay him $20,000, 0 cents, or else he'd leak a private tape of Cassie that could ruin her forever. That wasn't about money. That was about control, power.
Speaking of Kim Porter, because you knew Kim Porter, is it true that Diddy broke her nose?
Bust her nose, man. Anytime a man would go out his way to wiretap someone's phone or put taps in their homes just to monitor their conversation, that's a sign of insanity.
Now, let's talk about Kim, because everything he did to Cassie, he did to her too. This is the same man who got another woman pregnant while Kim was carrying his twin and still had the audacity to control her finances. He had tabs on who she dated, what she did, even though he was out there with whoever he pleased. Kim once said in an interview with Essence, he would call me 50, 60 times a day. My life wasn't my own. She said he was emotionally, verbally, and physically draining. He always had to break her down. One insider remembered a disturbing moment right before the 2003 MTV Awards. Diddy was obsessed with how Kim's hair looked, like one curl. He refused to leave the house until that curl looked how he wanted. That's not love, that's control. Another source said Diddy and Kim once got into a violent fight at a club in Atlanta. She threw one right back. And Diddy? He turned to someone and said, "We're just two people who love each other." What? There was also a report that Diddy threatened Kim with full custody of the twins, but Kim wasn't scared. She threatened right back, saying she'd spill everything she knew, and baby, she knew a lot. We're talking hours of audio recordings. Diddy with a young Usher, alleged proof about what really went down with Biggie's death. And the rumor mill? It's also saying Kim may have been HIV positive, and if her real autopsy had ever come out, people would have asked how she got it, which might have tied Diddy back into the spotlight in the most dangerous way. Now listen, that's all allegedly, but this is what people close to her are saying. And let's be clear, Kim was healthy. She was young. Pneumonia alone wouldn't have killed her unless her immune system was already weakened. That's why people are screaming something is not right.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special, and she was doing just fine. In fact, we were all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby. Sean, myself, the children, you know, all having a great time. And I'm, you know, grabbing Sean like, what? And she's in the back going, stop, you know. So it was a really festive opportunity just for all of us to be together, because it's nothing like the circus that's out here. So it was a lot of the stuff, you know, came.
With the feds now digging into Diddy's entire life like never before, connecting dots, stacking evidence, following trails he thought were buried, Kim Porter's name is coming back into focus, loudly. Her family and close friends are begging for real justice. They've always believed something didn't sit right with her passing, and they're finally getting the courage to say it out loud. Al B, sure, Kim's ex and the biological father of Quincy, Kim's eldest son, revealed that he was subpoenaed to testify in a current lawsuit. And not only is he willing, he's eager. He wants the truth out there because he believes what many others suspect. Kim's death wasn't natural. It was strategic, and all roads lead back to Puff Daddy. And here's where things take a jaw-dropping turn.
But one thing is, you have volunteered to testify at the trial, correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, you know, I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely.
All eyes are on Kimora now. And word on the street, she's holding some explosive receipts. Insiders say she has information that could blow this whole thing wide open. She may even have recordings that could expose what really happened during Kim's final days, but because of Diddy's powerful influence, and let's be real, fear, she stayed quiet all these years. But now, now that his empire is crashing like a bad stock, Kimora might finally break her silence. She might finally deliver the truth that Kim's family and the whole world has been begging for. Everyone's watching, everyone's waiting, because deep down we all know something ain't right. People are saying Diddy needs to be investigated, not just for Cassie, not just for financial crimes, not just for abuse allegations, but for Kim Porter's death too. Let's not forget, y'all, this man has a history, a pattern, a darkness that's just now starting to see the light. Kim Porter deserved better. She deserved peace, love, safety, not to be controlled, not to be silenced, not to be erased, and certainly not to be another name on a long list of women who were hurt in Diddy's orbit. When Kid Cudi came out and hinted that Diddy might have had something to do with his car explosion, that wasn't just some throwaway line. That was a signal, a warning. If he could do that to someone like Cudi in broad daylight, what could he have done to someone like Kim? People are terrified, but they're also furious. They're demanding, lock him up, reopen Kim Porter's case, uncover the truth, give her the justice she never got, and most importantly, protect her daughters, those beautiful girls she left behind, because they don't deserve to be raised under a cloud of secrets and silence. They deserve clarity. They deserve healing. They deserve the truth. And maybe, just maybe, Kimora Lee is the one who can finally give it to them. So now we wait. We wait for court dates. We wait for leaked tapes. We wait for testimony. We wait for Kimora to stand tall and say enough. Because if what people are whispering is true, if she really has that last call recording from Kim Porter, then y'all, the game's about to change forever. Rest in peace, Kim Porter. We haven't forgotten you. And now the world's ready to fight for you. But what do y'all think? Is Kim Kimora really about to drop the bombshell? Was Kim Porter's death more than what we were told? And will this finally be the moment the truth comes to light? Let's talk about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like, and don't forget to subscribe, because this story is far from over.